Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to GPI Live. I'm Dan.
And I'm Shane.
And tonight we'll be your co-hosts taking you through a deep dive in DTF.
Oh, yeah.
Direct to film.
Yeah, direct to film. Yeah.
That's not DTF.
Super excited to bring you the live action tonight as we take a deep dive in the direct to film printing process. What are you most excited to see tonight, Shane?
I got to say, overall, I'm psyched. We got a stellar presentation prepared for you guys that goes through all the meat and potatoes associated with this type of printing. We're talking conceptualization, printing, and transfer to garment.
That sounds awesome. I know I'm hungry, so let's head over to the floor and see what we're working with.
Garment Printer Inc. is proud to present this live broadcast to you. Garment Printer Inc., bridging the gap between creativity and profit. Your #1 source for all things applied graphics.
Awesome. So we see kind of the lay of the land out there right now. Seeing some of the STS equipment. Excellent company, excellent equipment. We're seeing Stahl's Hottronics out there. That's the press that you guys are working on today. So speaking of the guys, let's take a chance and meet our players today. So we have Matt, our lab specialist. Matt is one of our newer lab specialists, super strong graphic background, really strong player, and he won't be out there doing it alone. So he's going to be out there working with Justin, another one of our lab specialists here. Really strong technical background, so I expect to see a lot out of these guys.
You know, they really do remind me of Jordan and Pippen.
That's right, and they're going to be working with the best here. They're going to be working on the STS 724 direct-to-film printer. So the newest product in their line, excellent new features, excellent new color. What would you say you like most about this machine?
Honestly, there's a lot I like about it. I wish this machine was more like my dating life. Low operating costs, easy maintenance, easy to use.
Well, I don't know about that, but I do know it's about time to get started. So let's head over to the floor and get it going. The ink over there. So great set of inks, a new set of inks developed for this machine. That's going to be the XPD ink that he's shaking up there. You are going to have to shake up that ink before you start going. Anytime you're working with a liquid printing system like that, you can get settling. So before getting going, you want to shake those inks up. We see Justin there, threading the media onto the media spool, getting ready to load into the machine. So obviously, direct to film, the film is going to be an essential component in that process.
I do got to say, watching these guys work is like observing masters at the shop. You know, if he shakes those things up too much, is it going to explode like a Coca-Cola can?
You know, they're not going to explode, Shane. You got to shake them up for a little while. Be pretty aggressive with them before you get started, especially if you're just starting up the machine for the first time. So it looks like they're loading them in now. They've got the media in, Justin speeding that to the front. A lot of great features on this machine. It is going to have integrated media guides on the machine and media rollers and a heated surface as the prints come off the machine. That's going to help with avoiding any dripping that you get from the prints and help with the static problems as well.
This thing is cutting edge and sleek.
Yeah, excellent product. You know, this is a number of different forces coming together to create this machine. So STS Inks, obviously, amazing guys over there. They make the ink domestically here. They're experts on that. They work together with Utah Printing Technologies to bring this system to us. So that's going to get you that Japanese engineering, that super tuned print head, really sharp images, and it's also going to get you the reliability of companies of that size. You know, they're going to have these parts available for a long time. They're going to be able to provide you the support, and they're going to have those consumables in stock if you need.
So, what does it look like they're doing now? Working on the computer?
Yeah, it looks like Matt is on the software there now. That Plexi software, he's sending it over to the printer, and it's already started to print. So a little behind there, but it looks like they're already starting to print there. So it's starting to come out pretty fast there. This machine is going to be working with one print head. It's going to be able to print that color and that white in a single pass. So print that white over the color so that when we flip it over, it's underbase on the shirt, and you get those really vivid, nice images your customers are looking for.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but what is he working on? Is that another printer?
So not another printer, Shane. That's going to be this 24-inch shaker and dryer put in line with the machine there. So in the DTF process, there's a number of things that you are going to have to do to prepare that image for print. One of them is going to be applying TPU powder to the print. That's essentially small particles of plastic which are going to stick anywhere there's a print on the image. You then are going to want to shake off that sheet, make sure you got no excess where you don't want it, and then cure it in some way. So traditionally, that's going to be through sending it through a heating element like in this machine here, whether it's a conveyor dryer, a desktop dryer, or one of the smaller shaker dryer options. Then it's going to come out the other end there. So there's those heating elements. Now we're seeing those quartz heating elements above and below the course that media is going to run through the machine. You can also see the belt on the bottom there. So that's going to help feed that media through there. It's then going to run there onto the re-roller. Looks like Justin there opening up, doing a safety check previous to getting running here. Great example of the easy access that you have to the different components, the wiring of this machine. So say, worst case scenario, you had to get a technician in, you had to do some repairs on this thing. Really easy to get in there and get it fixed up.
Yeah, it really seems like they built it in mind for the people using it.
Definitely, yeah. The usability was a major factor in creating this system. And also that ability to sort of set it and forget it, step back. You still have to be in the room with it, but you're not going to have to babysit this thing and sit over it and, adjust those knobs every 10 minutes.
Gotta say, this thing is a lot bigger than my sister's Easy Bake Up.
Yeah. Definitely another level in that chain. You can see Matt there. He's just closing up the door there. That's actually the integrated filter unit that comes with this machine. So that's going to allow you don't have to hook up to any kind of air vent. You don't have to run it outside, cut holes in your wall, all of that troublesome stuff. This thing, it's plopping in the middle of the room. It's going to filter through those fans, through a carpet filter there for you. So excellent feature on this new system.
So we kind of saw the internals, the guts of this machine. How does it work in theory?
So as we could see there, on the right side there where that powder was, that's going to be the TPU hopper. So that's that powder that we were talking about. They're going to end up filling powder in there. That hopper is going to drop that powder down, and the media will be running under it. So as it's running under it, that powder is going to fully cover that print, and then it has a paddle that's actually going to contact the machine and shake it off. That's going to get that excess off. It's going to roll into the heating element, cure, and re-roll on the other side, ready to press the shirt.
So you're talking about on top of automating the printing process, you guys are automating curing too?
That's right. So with this system, with the 724 and the 24-inch shaker, or 13-inch shaker, which is also an option, you're going to be able to run start to finish, ready to press prints with very little input from yourself. So after pressing print, getting that media out and hooking it up to this machine here, it's basically going to re-roll it, cut them apart, and press them onto the image.
So, to get that media to the point where you can press it on the image, it of course has to go through the oven. And then what happens with that little spinning jigger in the back?
So that's the re-roller there that we're looking at now, Shane. You can see an array of fans above it. That's going to cool down that media before re-rolling so you don't get anything sticking together. You'll be able to lift that whole thing off there, and you'll have it ready to press. Prints, it looks like we're seeing some of those prints coming out now. Awesome color in that. Really cool shot there.
Just stunning. And now, I'm sorry, I thought Matt was lactose intolerant. Is that a gallon of milk he's opening?
It's not milk, so that's actually the TPU powder that we were talking about. So he's going to bring that over to the shaker and dryer, and it should be, so he's filling up that hopper there. So cool feature of this hopper, there's actually an integrated scale in there. So say you start running, you run out of powder there. Most shaker and dryers, they're just going to pull it through, and you're going to have a bunch of prints cured and dried with no powder on them. That's not going to do you any good. It's going to waste your time. It's going to waste your money. So with the integrated scale, it's actually going to stop the system if you run out of powder, give you an opportunity to fill it up there and not lose any downtime in production or waste any.
I do gotta say, I love the integrated scale.
Now, when you run through all this TPU powder, what happens to the stuff that doesn't make it onto the back of the print?
So there actually is a catch tray underneath where that hopper is. So it's going to run off the side of the medias, catch in that tray, and you'll be able to
reduce, reuse, and recycle?
That's right, Shane. So getting a closer look inside the machine now. You can see on the right side there's a round cylinder there with a bunch of holes in it. That's actually the vacuum cylinder. So another cool feature integrated in this machine here. They're going to be able to pull that media through, contact it with that vacuum cylinder there, and it's going to hold on to it and start feeding it through that drying element on the machine. Looks like they're about ready now. They got enough prints out to start lacing it through. So he's just handing that media under that TPU hopper there. In a second here, we should see that TPU starting to drop down.
Now, I just wanted to clarify something. We got 4 hands at work right now. Let's say it was just me alone in the shop. Would I be running all this stuff by myself?
Absolutely. So this system, we've got 2 guys so that we can get a little more action on the screen for you guys, but 100% you're going to be able to run this alone with 1 technician, but there's enough time to get everything done in here. Obviously, you don't have to be loading the media at the same time that you're shaking the egg. So it might take a couple more minutes, but definitely a 1-person operation is 100% possible. We can see there that he had just connected up that media to that vacuum cylinder. So we're engaged now, and you can see a loop starting to build between the 724 and the shaker and dryer.
It's all coming together.
Yeah, so as that gets longer, you're going to see that that's going to trigger a sensor on the bottom of that shaker and dryer right there. Well, it looks like they pulled it through, but as it gets longer there, it's going to trigger that sensor, and that's going to tell that shaker and dryer that it's time to start pulling that through. So it's actually going to pace itself with the printer as it prints. So a lot of the machines on the market now, they have manual controls, and you're going to have to stand next to that thing, turn it up and down depending how fast your prints are coming out, different size of prints, different coverage. It's always going to be changing. So I say ditch the babysitting, get a machine like this that's going to automate that process. I mean, if you're running any sort of legitimate operation, you're going to want to automate it, save as much time as possible, because of course time is money. So we see now that they're working over on the Hotronics Fusion IQ heat presses. Excellent machines. Looks like they're entering some presets there. Awesome LCD touchscreen display on those, and the ability to create presets there. So time, temperature, pressure, you can put those in there for multiple different points on different steps. It's going to save those settings. So when you come in the morning, if you're a shop that has multiple applications, that's going to those presets are going to let you just press it, set it, forget it. That's going to be heated up and have all the right settings in there when you get back to it.
I noticed, I just wanted to say, other heat presses tend to swing out. I bump my arm a lot of times. What's up with this guy?
Yeah, so you're seeing there that plant has that slide out feature. Really nice feature to get you out from under that heating element, make sure that you're not getting yourself in danger there of getting burned. It doesn't take up the same space as that swing away option. That might work in your shop, it might not. But the other benefit to that platen is going to be it's threadable platen. So that means you're going to be able to get that shirt all the way around the platen. So if you're doing front prints, back prints on the same shirt, you don't want to double press one, you don't want to have to worry about color denaturing or something like that. This press is going to be an awesome option for that. Also available with a lot of platens that you can switch out, youth platens, sleeve platens, all sorts of stuff like that. So super reliable, made in the USA, hand welded, powder coated, just a tank machine. We're seeing now some of the other equipment around the room. That's the desktop dryer unit from STS. Definitely a smaller option if you're working at home, have some limited space. You're going to be able to cut your prints up and throw them one at a time with that unit right there. And that's a nice part about the 724. You can put it in any shop. You could be running that on a smaller scale. You could be running that on a production scale. Definitely a great solution across the board. So taking a trip over to the printer again now. We can see that loop is engaging the automatic mode in the printer, starting to pull itself through. Great prints. Excellent shot there. You can see the number of them coming out of it. And running right into that machine like that, you're going to be able to get a significant amount of shirts out in a day. And then once you get those over to press, you start pressing those, you start printing another job. You can have that shop working all day. Looks like we're on the back end of the printer now. We've got the images pulling through. Cool shot into the oven there.
So what is it using actually to heat up these guys and cure that powder?
So that's going to be quartz heating elements inside the machine there. Those are easily changeable parts that are available if anything were to happen to them. So really nice ease of components there. Keep your shop running and consistent results. So you're going to get a really clean, consistent heat out of that. It's going to use the power well, and you're going to make sure that Wow, a lot of action out there, a lot of information tonight. I think we've reached the point in the night. Shane, I believe you have prepared us a segment. Is that correct?
Yep. So I threw something together for the folks back home. I think you guys will enjoy this.
So let's go over to Shane for DTF tonight.
Bring it on it. Now that it's just us two. There's no personal space here. Now that I got you right where I want you, I was thinking we could maybe split a nice meat lovers pizza and watch like The Notebook.
I'm just saying. Is it me?
It is you. All night I spent. All night. I went to sleep at 4. For what? For what?
Quickly told me no sexy stuff. You said no sexy stuff.
It's in my capable hands.
You told me.
Sex. This
You
is
said-
bold. This is French. Think about it.
Listen, I understand. Let's just get back into it. Let's just do it.
We'll talk about it later.
Yeah, definitely. So it looks like they've got the images off the machine here now, starting to roll them out at the cutting station so they can cut them apart and get them ready for press.
Now, what is he using over there? That looks like the same thing I cut my pizza with last time.
So a little bit different, Shane. That's going to be a rotary cutter. It makes it a lot easier to cut these images a little faster, a little more precise. So definitely a great option for any shop who's doing cutting applications similar to this.
And now, after we cut these bad boys, how do we get them onto a t-shirt?
So that's where the heat press is going to come in. So it's going to be a 15-second press on the heat press to apply these to a range of fabric types. The TPU powder, the application will work down to 285 degrees. So if you're dealing with some more sensitive exotic fabrics, maybe you're dealing with Lycra, 50-50 blend, some type of spandex, it's going to work for that as well.
I do love me some exotic fabrics. Shout out spandex.
So we can see here they're about ready to get some of these onto the shirt here. So in terms of the media, I do want to say in this moment, you're seeing the standard media here. We do have a range of specialty medias that are available for this machine as well. That's including metallic media, that's silver and gold, as well as 2 different types of glitter media that are available for some really cool specialty effects that can help you, mark up some of those jobs, get people making some cool stuff, or maybe just take your own designs to the next level.
And I was speaking to some of the guys on the left. They're telling me hot peel, cold peel. Do we sell both?
We do sell both, Shane. Tonight we're going to see these guys working with the hot peel film. Traditionally, that's obviously going to be faster. As soon as you come off the press, you're going to be able to peel that off right away. So in terms of high production environments, that's going to be a great option. We do have the cold peel option as well because some people have that as part of their workflow. They're putting shirts on the side, peeling them later. So whichever one you want, we've got it.
You're ready to coast. The best of both worlds.
So it looks like they've finished cutting those up now, and Matt's returning that spool back onto the machine on the re-roller. Thank you, Matt.
Look at those prints. I almost thought that snake was real.
Yeah, pretty amazing images, super graphic tight lines. One of the benefits of printing onto film like this instead of direct to a shirt is going to be that fine detail that you're going to be able to hold. So if you're doing really fine text, you're working with some type of knit on your shirt or even lower quality shirts that can have a lot of press and things like that, there's going to be a significant advantage in those scenarios. So it looks like we're over at the heat press now, and finally going to get to see some pressing here. So loading them up, taking the image there. There's a range of options if you say you get started out, you want to make sure that you get those lined up right. You might want to use an overhead laser system. You might want to use some type of specialized alignment system. All of that we have available at GarminPrinterInc.com, so make sure to check that out for some nice solutions in that area.
So you can see that heat press at work, with those locked settings that happened earlier. After how many presets can you have loaded onto this heat press?
More than you're going to need, Shane. We've had over 30 in the machine that we work with in the shop. Never had any problem with that. So huge range of that. It is going to come with a range of industry presets already preloaded in it. A lot of manufacturers are making specific packages that you can download to your SD card for the heat press. That way you can make sure you're working with the most up-to-date settings and have them loaded in there for you, ready to go. So it looks like we're going to see our first peel here with the hot peel. Look at that. Yeah. Quick and easy. Awesome results. Now, basically, there's one more step, and that's going to be the finishing step. So that was a 15-second press, hot peel. Then we're going to go on back for a 10-second repress. So what's happening in this step, it's basically setting this image into the shirt, making sure that you're getting a really nice hand feel, a nice texture and finish on it, and making sure that you have a shirt that's going to last for over 50 washes with no specialty washing instructions.
I do got to say, I'm not one to wash my clothes a lot, but that 50 wash is impressive.
It is impressive. And, let me just take the opportunity now to say, we've got these samples. If you want to see one of these images that these guys have printed tonight, reach out to us, go to the landing page, go to the product page, call us, send a fax, send a pigeon. I don't care how you do it, but you guys got to get this thing in your hands and feel it, see it for yourself. The stretchability, the long-lasting colors, it's unbelievable. So, it's not going to cost you anything. Reach out to us and check one of these out.
Sweet. When can I order mine?
So in terms of availability for these machines, we've got them in stock, ready to go now. We have next day shipping before 3 o'clock. So, today, if you ordered it today, it'll ship tomorrow. Looks like they're getting on a couple more presses here. You can see when you have this two-press arrangement like this, the speed that you can get these things off of. And like I was saying before, that automated shaker and dryer, they could have another job running right now. And they're not even going to have to look back at that thing unless it runs out of TPU powder. It's just going to keep running those. They'll keep pressing these, and the next one will be ready once they finish these ones.
Time is money, folks. You're going to be saving a lot of time with this process.
Awesome. Another one coming off the press. It is unbelievable to see how easy that peel is and the quality that you're getting out of these things. So, great solution. I don't know if you're creating at home, you're an at-home creator. I don't know if you're running a business, or maybe you already do screen printing, you already do G2G printing. This is going to cut that pre-treatment out. This is going to cut, burning those screens out. It's going to cut all that prep time. Say you need one shirt with 300 colors on it. This is a system that's going to be able to do that. It's also going to be able to do 300 shirts with one color on them. So kind of a really versatile machine, super graphic images, wide color gamut. So the quality is definitely second to none, especially in terms of DTF printers on the market right now.
Look at that consistency across the board.
Yeah, super consistent prints, vibrant colors. I mean, if you're trying to get those Coca-Cola reds, you're trying to do color matching, excellent option for that. In the software, it's going to have built-in color matching systems, color handling options, white handling options, an integrated Adobe engine, all sorts of things that are sort of taking it to the next level here in terms of what this machine can do. So excellent prints that we're seeing out there. I think right now we want to open it up to some questions that we're getting from you guys, the viewers, and see if we can answer some of those questions for you. So I have a question here. Is color matching possible with this machine? As I mentioned before, color matching absolutely possible for this. There is a Pantone library integrated with this. You can also, kind of the best way to deal with color matching is going to be to print out that grid, print out a color swatch, press it to the type of material you're trying to work with, and show that direct to your customer. Let them pick it out in person. Let them match it in person so that you take out that doubt between you and the customer of whether they're going to get a product they're going to be happy with. And if you're running a business, you got to have that reliability. You got to be able to back up your own product. So excellent option for that. Got another question here. This is Tom in Texas. He says, will parts be available? Do you stock them? So we do stock the parts. As I mentioned before, STS is also a domestic manufacturer. So they've got the parts stocked over there. And, you know, working with a company the size of Muta, we're getting that time tested quality, and we're getting that lifetime for this printer also. So, you know, you could run out and you could grab another machine on the market that's coming in from overseas and isn't of the same quality. And it might work this year, you know, but if you're looking 3-5 years down the line, I mean, these are serious investments. If you want to guarantee that those parts are still going to be available, that the consumables are still going to be available, and that you're going to be able to get that support and get the most out of this machine as long as you're keeping it upright, then this is a really safe bet for that. So I would definitely head that direction. Let's see what else we have here. Can you tell me more about the printing capabilities of the 724? Yeah, so it's super high resolution, super fine detail. The color gamut, very wide. You know, sometimes DTG, other types of printing, can struggle with getting into those neon greens, getting into those oranges or those hot reds. No problem with that here. Excellent color quality that we're getting out of it. Great speed, you know, and just reliability. I mean, you know, on a lot of the other machines you see, just the way the print heads have been installed, the way that those prints are coming out with that white peeking out of the side, they're just not calibrated properly. You know, excellent features in this and excellent engineering when these are actually built. So you're getting a machine that's ready to go, you know, easy directions. So excellent product on that end. Let's see. So I've got another question here. How does the 724 compare to other similar printers on the market in terms of speed, cost, and print quality? So like I said, I mean, cost in terms of the value that you're getting with this machine, bar none, easy entry point to get into this machine. We've got the costs on the site. I would encourage you, go look at the landing page. That's got an entire breakdown of the return on investment for this machine. So you're going to be able to see your initial cost. You're going to be able to see how much it costs you to make a standard print. And then calculate from there what your market is, what you think you could sell. But I think you're really going to be surprised at how low the bar is in terms of how many shirts you'd have to sell in order to recover your investment on this machine. In terms of comparing to other ones, I mean, excellent size, form, and factor on this machine. Really good size, going to be able to fit into any building, run on standard power. You know, so really nice for that. And then just some more style. I mean, it's not a big block, this big monolith that you're sitting in the middle of your shop. You know, I do know coming in and seeing it that it's nice to see every day. Definitely got some style to it. Definitely fun to work on, and some really smart integrated features on the machine there. Let's see. This one's from Sarah. Let's see. How will I know if it will fit in my space? Okay, so in terms of the size of the printer, you know, like I said, this thing's going to fit through any standard size door. Not a big monolith that you're going to be struggling to move around. But if you are wondering if this thing is going to fit in your space, we do have a cool feature that we want to bring to you guys. So governmentprinterinc.com is just launching a AR visualizer. So that's going to allow you to see the exact size of the machine in your space right now. So after you get off the live, here's some footage of it now. On the left, that's the virtual machine. And on the right, that's the real machine. So virtually indistinguishable from each other. You're going to be able to plop it down in your space, see exactly how big it is, get a close look at it, read those labels, you know, pick it apart, and get that real experience of if you had it in your shop today. So that feature isn't working on Android devices, but we do have a solution for you. So you can head over to Instagram. We do have the AR experience available as a filter. And if you go to the landing page or the product page on governmentprinterinc.com for the 724 printer, we do have a launcher from there that's going to allow you to experience the AR experience that way. So a lot of information. I know you guys probably have questions, and unfortunately we can't get to all of them today. But reach out to us, send us an email, you know, and we are going to get back to you guys with the answer as quick as we can. I know there's a lot of excitement about that. We've got the printers available now. You know, the samples are available now. Make sure you guys get those in your hands. We appreciate you guys watching us today, and make sure that you guys like and subscribe. Check us out for future live casts. Anything else you want to say before we leave, Shane?
It's been an honor, and happy printing.
Excellent, guys. So without further ado, let me premiere the XPD-724 direct-to-film printer.